So we teach our kids to share, but should parents share even more? Here's the deal. I always want a little bit, not all of it, but a little bit of what my wife is eating, but she never wants to share. That's Lucy. I'm Tommy.
Hello.
And babe, can we just share our food a little bit more? Like you get some good stuff. I just want a little. I just want 2 French fries. I just want a little bit of your pizza. Let's share. I think you need to share more like the lessons we're trying to teach our kids. We want our kids to share. We want to teach them to give. We're in a relationship where everything that's mine is yours is mine. So shouldn't what's yours be mine? The food items that you're eating, I want just a little bit. You know I'm not going to grub down that whole sandwich or eat all those fries. I want a couple. I want a little taste. I want a little snack. Let's share.
Absolutely not.
Uh-huh.
If you want the food so bad, order it your damn self.
Uh-huh.
I am someone who had to share everything. My whole life existed, my whole childhood. The youngest of 12 kids, you have to share. You grow up in hand-me-downs. You have to share all the food, all the You never get the remote. You never get the front seat, the passenger seat of the car, and you never get to pick your own darn meal. You have to share everything like it's some communal
Sounds like a
feast.
family. A family that shares.
A family that shares turns into an adult who doesn't share. So my feeling is I have shared my capacity of sharing food. I share other things. I teach my kids to share because they're going through childhood too. So I want them to share. But when they're grown-ass adults, they're going to be allowed to make that decision and pick something off the menu and not have to give a portion of it to some greedy little Grubhub over here.
Is that how they came up with the name?
Babe, probably.
But what if I really, you know me, I don't need a whole case of fries. What if I just want like 2 or 3 fries?
Then
I just
want
to try a little bit of your chicken sandwich. I just want a tiny bit of salad. I like the idea of us going to a restaurant and sharing what we have.
Yeah, I think you
order
need to...
for the table. Let's share. Let's do this.
Every time I start to talk, you start talking. So I can't go.
Go.
No. If you want a couple fries, order an order of fries. That's why you work. So you have a paycheck to pay for an order of fries so you can have 1 to 2 fries. I don't care if you have 1 to 2 fries or the whole dang... I'm saying dang a lot tonight. Yeah. Or the whole packet of fries. You order it, you eat as much or as little as you want. When I order something, I reserve the right to eat as much or as little as I want. And if I recall, I do give you whatever is left on my plate. So if I don't eat a whole meal, if we're out to dinner and there is a pasta plate that you really wanted, but you ordered something different because you're like, oh, I'll have some of yours. And I'm like, no, I'm hungry. You are running the risk. It's a gamble. Because am I going to eat the whole dish of pasta? Or am I going to have some at the end for you to eat? But only then and only then will I share my food. After I am done consuming it.
And are you sometimes not even hungry anymore? You just finish it to prove a point that I can't even get one fry?
I'm not that petty. No, I don't. Like, I don't overeat so you don't eat.
You know, you did pick up dinner tonight, and there were 2 fries left in the thing. Was that on purpose that you left 2 fries? Because I didn't ask for fries, and I actually didn't want fries, but I wanted those 2 fries, and it worked out perfectly. Was that on purpose, or was that just the garbage that was left was left behind?
You purposely never order the meal when we order fast food. We had Chick-fil-A tonight. You purposely only like to order the burger, right, and not the fries. So I ordered a meal for myself. So fries, drink, and chicken sandwich.
Yeah, you did.
And then I ordered a separate chicken sandwich and an order of fries. And that other order of fries was up for grabs. You could have it. The kids could have it.
Oh,
whoever.
The kids had it.
You
the kids
were
ate
on
all the fries.
Phone call.
Okay, got it. So there
was
an order of fries.
So I walked in, and Barbara and Tommy
put them down.
Put them down.
Get it.
And apparently they left a few for you. So,
So
and can I tell you, so I have a very vivid childhood memory of going to Jansen's, which is a local like hot dog shop in my neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. And my dad never ordered fries. Oh, I just want the hot dog. Are you sure, Dad?
yeah,
No, I just want that hot dog. I'm not that hungry. Dad, but you're not going to eat any of my fries, right, Dad? No. I just want the hot dog. Go in there, get it. So then we get in the car. I got my fries, I got my hot dog, and he takes his smirky little hands
yeah,
and goes right
you
in
got
and
to.
digs in a
You've got to
big
test
old
them.
handful of fries.
Yeah,
And because I was living under his roof, I couldn't do anything.
yeah.
So now that I live under my own roof and I have my own free will of sharing or not to share,
He
I choose not to share.
and he shouldn't have ordered his own fries. He should get some of your fries.
Well, right. As if you had a high schooler, you reserve the right to take a portion
Yeah.
of their food,
And
without a doubt. But I
if
am
we're
not.
ordering
I am
together,
not your.
and I just want 2 French fries,
I am not your
I
child.
should. No, you're definitely not. You're
I'm not
certainly
your child. So I reserve the right to my own food. You can have 2
'Tis
French
your
fries.
opinion.
Tis
And then
your,
we have another couple on.
Tis your opinion.
We have a lot of plaid going on today too, but we have another couple on that's going through the exact same thing. But guess what, Luce?
What?
The roles are reversed on this one.
Oh,
Let's hear from Joel and Abigail.
here we go.
Hi, my name's Joel.
And I'm Abigail.
We've been married for 13 and a half, almost 14 years.
Yes, long enough that we had to discuss how long it's been that we've been married before we started the intro.
Anyways, very much so when we first got married, I absolutely hated sharing food.
And I grew up with 5 younger siblings and 2 older siblings and lots of nephews and nieces and cousins. And so sharing food was not only common, but pretty much just what you did.
I've gotten a little better about sharing, but I still don't like sharing food very much.
Yeah. Well, you've mostly gotten better because you just order extra food because you know I'm going to take
Or
it.
I order something I know you won't like.
That's also
Smart.
It's rude.
Now, what's interesting about that's Joel and Abigail, and we're going to call them in a minute.
Oh, I should order
But-
food with like mushroom on it, so you won't eat it.
Hold on, then you're doing things out of anger, and this doesn't
I
this
enjoy
doesn't make
mushrooms.
any sense.
I enjoy mushrooms.
What's interesting about Abigail sounds like similar childhood that with you, she shared food and now she shares food. You went the opposite path. You shared food, now you don't share food. Joel sounds like he never shared food and he still never shares food.
Child placement in a big family plays a big role in how
What's a
you
good question for her?
interpret. No, and she
Jot that
said
down.
she had 3 or 4 younger and a couple older. So she kind
Okay.
of
So she's
was
in the
on
middle.
but she seemed to be on the older end of the stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's call them up.
All right, let's
I want to
let's
hear.
call Joel and Abigail. Hey, Joel, you got Tommy and Lucy here.
How you doing?
Doing awesome, man. How are you?
Good. I'm laughing because I just got a call from LA from someone who was not you, and I called them back, and they were like, "Who are you trying to get a hold of?"
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, because we tried the first time, and then it went straight to voicemail. So maybe you were in the middle of that that random call at that same time.
The timing on that was very odd, but hey, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, totally. And is Abigail there too?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Abigail.
Hi, Abigail.
Hey.
Hi, Joel.
Hi.
Thanks so much for talking with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a very serious topic, so we're actually really
Right.
happy you guys brought this conversation up because we
This
go
is-
through the exact same thing, and this is something we've never agreed on. We're struggling.
This is a hot topic in our relationship, long-term marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. I mean, not, but yeah.
But here's what's really interesting about it. So Abigail, I am the youngest of 12 kids. And
Oh, wow. Okay.
because I had to spend my whole entire life sharing, I am of the side that I have shared far exceeding any like capacity. I have overshared so much in my life that like now as a homeowner, independent, not relying on my family, I'm like, I don't share.
And-
like when it comes to food, like
And I just
won't.
want 2 French fries. That's all. I want 2 fries,
Right.
little bite of a chicken sandwich. Like that's it.
Nope.
That's it. One bite.
Then buy yourself
Yeah.
some fries. Have some fries.
I mean, Jill has really good taste in food, but I don't want the whole serving.
Right.
So just, to try it. But it's really funny, though. I wonder if my younger siblings would have, like, the opposite perspective, because
Well,
I was
That's
the
what I was
oldest of
gonna.
my mom's set.
That's what I was gonna say, because I'm like, the way you described it, it sounded like you might have been from the older end of the big family. So,
Yeah.
so how many are there in your family, and what's your placement?
So there's 8 altogether, but my older 2 brothers didn't grow up in the same house as me, so I'm the oldest of, like, my set of kids that grew up in the same house, so the oldest of 6.
She's the
Yeah.
genie in my family who would share with. She would share with everyone. She would give half of her heart away if she needed to. Like
Yeah.
that's my like oldest sister. She's like a second mom. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I have a question. So Joel, what's the perfect meal that you could have that you're afraid of Abigail stealing just a small portion of that? Like, just paint the picture for us. What is that meal that you never want to see her get a part of?
Well, I have to admit, before we got married, I didn't like steak. But I found out after we got married that steak doesn't mean overdone meat.
Thanks to me.
Yes.
Yes, thanks to Abigail.
Oh, you owe her some for that.
So
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right.
So, but at the same time, like, if we go out, she orders the cut of meat that she wants, and I can get what I want, whether it be with fries on the side or a mixed vegetable, that sort of thing. And I'm happy with what I order, and I'm not really that excited to give her a taste of something, even though, it shouldn't bother me, but it does.
Joel, you reserve the right to your food you order. I don't think we should have to share with our spouse. Tommy is like, "Oh, I just want a bite." Well, then order the meal.
Well,
Right?
whereas my whole thing is we share everything. We share a bed. We
Yeah.
share a bathroom.
We
We
sure
share our
do.
kids. We share our finances. We share our house. We share everything.
So can
I
we
just
not
want-
share something?
2 French fries. I don't want a whole order of fries. I
No.
want 2 fries.
You're being very
Right.
you're being very dramatic about the 2 fries. Every single time we go on a date, whether it's a pasta, whether it's a steak, whether it's a burger meal, this stems a lot deeper than a 2 fry situation. Like, I'll get a filet mignon, right? Because I'm a lover of steak too. So right on with you, Abigail and Joel. But
Yeah.
then Tom's like, "Oh, I'm not that hungry. I'm going to get the salad." And then the salad comes along, and he's like, I'm like 3/4 of the way done, and he's looking at me like, "So are you going to eat the whole thing?" As I'm like cutting my meat, like trying to like milk a little like bite out of me. And I'm like, "Son of a gun, order your own steak."
That's another over dramatization, because I would
Yeah.
never just order a salad
It is
at
not.
a restaurant. And also, they're going to lose respect for you, the fact that you order every steak completely well done. If there's any pink, she
Oh.
sends it back.
Yeah.
Take that, Abigail.
Yeah, I do.
Joel, everything you've learned, teach Lucy.
Well, no, we can agree
Hold
to
on,
love
blame her.
steak and have different
that's fine.
styles in our. You know why? You know why?
That's a
Because
different
my
episode.
mom used to have her steak where it was still bleeding. It was still off the cow,
Yeah.
right? It was still mooing. So like for me, I'm like traumatized by that red juice like covered all over, like leaking out of the plate. I don't know. Anyways.
Oh.
And there is a nice in between.
Yes.
The place that I fell in love with steak is when Abigail and I were on a trip pre-kids in Brazil.
Ooh.
Nice.
Argentina,
Not
Sorry,
Brazil.
Argentina.
Still awesome.
Fantastic.
Best steak in the world.
Yeah, and it was definitely in between those two ends of the spectrum.
And aren't those steaks thinner? Is that
It was a couple different cuts.
okay.
Because we went to the restaurant and they were like, it's just this menu in Spanish, and neither of us speak Spanish, and we're like, oh, and he's like, let me just bring you some, and so he brought us a couple different, and we shared 2 different cuts or something like that. So
Wow.
we did
As it should
share
be.
that.
well? Listen,
I have variety.
if you order steak and I order steak, I'll share my steak with you because I'm going to get the steak back.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Cool.
But, that's about the only, sharing that's
Yeah.
happening. No,
It was funny though when you were talking about like being almost done and then sharing. That is my one thing though. Like every once in a while, like I plan my meals and I like
Yeah.
to have one last bite that is like the perfect bite, leaves the flavor in my mouth. And every once in a while, Joel will want to share when I'm almost done. And it's like, dude, you should have asked just like
Yeah.
5 minutes ago when
Like,
I had
Like-
3 more bites.
You
Right,
convinced me. You've been talking about how great this meal is for 20 minutes. And okay, I'll take a bite
No,
now.
but this
No,
is my
this
last bite. This is important.
You
I'm
can't
sorry.
you can't take the last bite unless
No.
you have like put the napkin on the table like I'm done eating for the night. Then I'm
Yeah.
like, sure, have my leftovers. I will share my leftovers. I will not share my current
Yeah.
meal I am consuming.
Sometimes you're too quick to put the napkin on top of all the food as if it's ready to be taken away when there's a man there with you that would love to eat the rest of it. I've seen that move pulled.
I don't
Not always a man doing that
Yeah.
because I often will finish off whatever Joel doesn't eat. So let's
What
be
are
real here.
You're giving that back? What?
I
Why?
do think it stems from my childhood and having to share everything. Like because I was the youngest, I never got the remote control. I never got the passenger seat. I never got like radio control in the car. Like I always got like bottom of the barrel, right? So when it
Yep,
came to
and I
like
got all those.
food and sharing, like forget about it. So I'm curious, Abigail, you're gonna have to text your youngest sibling
I will.
and just say, hey, I'm just wondering, do you like sharing food with other people? And see,
Really?
see if they were traumatized as much as I was as a child.
Abigail,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. So what about for
Yeah.
you? I'm gonna here's basically the same question for Joel, but for you. So what's that one meal that he orders that you can't not have a little bit of it, but you certainly don't want to place an entire second order of the same thing? Is there something that comes to mind?
Yeah, usually it'll be like his burgers because I'm not a huge burger person, but he gets like really interesting things on his burger, like peanut butter or fried eggs or like just like really. So I don't want the whole thing. I just want to see what this interesting combination of flavors is. So it's usually usually his fancy burgers that I try.
It's about an
I
experience.
want to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
I can feel that.
And Joel, you
Right.
want to experience that entire burger?
Yeah.
I
Well,
generally do.
I get it.
I feel like this is going to be a hot button topic. When you post this, I feel like everyone's going to be tagging their spouses because one of them has the non-sharing gene and the other one has like, sure, share.
Yeah. It's such a no-brainer when it comes down to 2 fries, you know.
Oh my God, stop
Well,
with the 2
one-
fries.
Like Joel legitimately will order extra fries now, though.
I
do.
That's our compromise.
The way I have personally, the way I've become able to like deal with it and kind of avoid the inevitable, not argument, but a little bit of bickering or the look or whatever
Right.
that sort of, is ordering a little extra of whatever it is that I know she'll want to try.
I think
Like
that's
the
brilliant.
Friends episode where Joey doesn't share food and he gets the buffer fries. Like this is Joel. He takes his life lessons from Friends.
Oh my God, I need to rewatch that. Yes. No, I feel this topic very strongly.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you
I'm
guys
just-
are way more. You're in a way better place.
We're not even close on this. Like I can't even get 1 fry out of her. Like it's terrible.
No.
How does it work? I'm curious. How does it work with you guys and your kids?
So like that's the thing is like the last 2 days, or not tonight, but the night before, yesterday's lunch consisted of remaining grilled cheese crusts from my kids. And then it was like mac and cheese leftovers and a little bit of pasta with Parmesan cheese leftovers. So I'm like eating the scraps of my children. When I'm home and things. So when we actually go out, which is not nearly as often as it should be, I want a reason to dress up. I want a reason to devour a warm meal that's not, didn't need to be reheated because I get distracted with the kids. So I do feel like I want to experience the whole thing, and I order a meal and I order my food based on what I want to consume,
Yeah.
not what you want to
I
consume.
just want your crust. That's it.
So
Give
not
them the
it.
crust.
Yeah.
Well, well, we should, hopefully there will be a time, because I know you guys are in the Chicago area, we can all go to dinner and share everything. You know what I'm saying? Abigail's with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Do like,
Family style. We could do family
like
style.
tapas. I mean, that's like
Well,
built-in sharing.
tapas, I feel like is a sharing meal experience. That's
Yeah.
kind
Right.
of ordering. So, I mean, I can get into like, if Tommy takes me to a tapas bar, I'm going to share those tapas. If Tommy takes me to a steak joint and every other restaurant, I'm going to enjoy a moment away from my children, having a warm meal with having showered. I mean, these are all elements that I'm going to savor and enjoy, including my meal and my food. And yeah, no, I saw when he was dialing your number, the Chicago area code. I'm like, oh, they're from Chicago. Right on.
Yeah, I think about moving away every winter. Other than that, I do really love it.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I don't even remember. Did you guys grow up in Chicago?
In the area, yeah.
So, like, I look back on my childhood and I don't remember it being nearly as cold as I do every time I go home and visit. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's, as an adult, I think I'm more and less sensitive to it in a way. Like, I mean, I remember being outside and playing outside in the snow, like huge snowdrifts, and being outside forever.
Right.
And now I walk outside and I'm like, oh, why do I live here?
Right. No, I do. I feel like my childhood memories of like the snow and the play doesn't have that like sensation of like numbing and frostbite. But as an adult now, like I have a different memory and association. Anyways, I'm off track. Don't share your food.
It's funny. I texted my sister and she's like, I don't mind sharing groceries, but like off my plate, I don't like sharing it. So yeah,
Bingo.
that's one of my younger sisters. Yeah.
Mic
Yeah.
drop. See, I think
There
it
you
has
go.
to do with, and Tommy's the second oldest of four. So and Joel, what placement are you?
Well,
I'm the oldest of three. I have two younger sisters.
Ah, interesting.
yeah.
And-
so,
and
kinda
my-
throws it off.
And my dad and our family, we used to cater like weddings and graduations and stuff. So we were always surrounded by a lot of food. And kind of like you said, if it was out for a buffet style or an event or something like that, it didn't bother me at all. But once it got to my plate and it was my, serving of whatever it was, I didn't like sharing it off of my plate.
Amen. Amen, my brother. I feel you on that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put a poll up on Life of Dad and Life of Mom and just kind of ask the question. It'll be really interesting to see, because we're opposite of you two in us.
I have a
Dad
meme.
wants to share, Mom does not. You
Yeah.
guys are the opposite. Mom wants to share, Dad does not.
Yeah,
So it'll be really interesting.
It's not gender specific.
Yeah.
And I have a meme up on Life of Mom of a little girl who's like snaring at someone trying to like take part of her cracker. And it's like when people try to share, ask you to share their food, and it always gets so many shares and so many comments because people really feel passionate about that.
Yeah.
They're traumatized like I am from my childhood of having to share everything. Well, thank you guys so much for calling in and being a part of this.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
anytime.
great.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a great night. Awesome to talk to you.
Thanks, you too.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
All right, good night.
Night.
So there it is. You guys that are listening, go to the Life of Dad the Mom versus Dad Show Instagram page where they can vote. Should we be sharing with our spouse, with our partner, or not? That is the question.
Should we be sharing our
Food.
food, our meal?
Meal.
I feel like it needs to be like when you're out at a restaurant, because obviously we share our groceries, right?
Or takeout, or
We'll take out too.
Something at home.
Anything that's not,
anything that's made not
right.
cooked at home, I guess. Yeah, because you'll share anything cooked at home, it seems.
Totally.
Yeah.
But that's also like a buffet style. But once it's on my plate, Mama don't play. Like
Mama don't play.
Like I'll share a thing of macaroni and cheese, but all of a sudden if you're like picking off of my plate, I'd stab you with my fork.
Well, then it got serious. Well, listen, thanks everyone for listening, and we'll put the vote up on the @Mom vs. Dad Show Instagram page. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on the Mom vs. Dad Show.